Hello and welcome to episode number 17 of WITM Season 6. It is time for Friday Night SmackDown. Here is what we have on the card for you. With in-ring action is going to see the SmackDown Tag Team Champions in non-title action, Corey and Zims of the Legion, accompanied by the Intercontinental and 24/7 Champion AOT Master, taking on the team that they pinned in the Fatal 4-Way Tornado Tag match at Money in the Bank to become SmackDown Tag Team Champions, John Morrison and The Miz. And then the main event, we have, again, a WITM match that is non-title action featuring a champion. It is a rematch of last week, the Universal Champion Casey taking on the Monster Among Men Braun Strowman. We also have a huge promo segment as the Legion have two challenges to answer. One from that man on your right, the Universal Champion Casey, for either 3, 2, or 1 member of the Legion to face him at Backlash for the Universal title. And also a challenge from, let's see if we can find him, Aaron Danger, the leader of the generation on NXT, for Zims and AOT Master of the Legion to face Aaron Danger and the debuting Matt Olson of the generation in what will be the generation's final match as a stable. I've also been hearing whispers that the Raw and SmackDown locker rooms are growing frustrated with their lack of opportunities to challenge for AOT Master's 24/7 title. Will we hear that addressed as well? We are about to find out shortly, as the Universal Champion Casey is in the ring, microphone in hand. He's done waiting for answers. He wants to know if the Legion will answer his challenge. Let's listen and hear what he has to say. Casey speaks. Enough is enough. 7 days have passed since I challenged the Legion to either a 3-on-1, 2-on-1, or singles match at Backlash with the Universal title on the line. And still, there's no answer. So Legion, why don't you get your beeps out here and give me an answer now, or I'll answer for you. Okay, well, unless there's something going on that we don't yet know about, that is not a member of the Legion. Instead, it is Casey's opponent tonight in non-title action, the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman. What does Strowman have to say to Casey? Casey, I know our match isn't until later, but I actually wanted to speak to you before you get these hands. Casey, you've earned my respect as a champion, and as an opponent. After all, I've personally seen you be the David to my Goliath more than once. But you and I both know that when the Legion walks out here, it's going to result in a 3-on-1 handicap match at Backlash. And so, this leaves you with a choice. Keep going the lone wolf route and lose the Universal title to a member of the Legion at Backlash. Or challenge them to a match that puts both sides at an even playing field. Their SmackDown Tag Team titles on the line. Your Universal title on the line. Winner takes all. But, since the tag titles are on the line, that would mean you need a tag team partner. So, how about you tag with a monster among men? Me. Casey responds to Strowman. Braun, you and I both know that this is just an attempt for you to stay in the Universal title picture, even when you've failed, time and time again, to capture the Universal title. Especially against me. And besides, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Okay, the Intercontinental and 24/7 champion Aot Master has made his way to the ring. What does he have to say? On behalf of the Legion, we accept all challenges. I will defend my 24/7 title on Raw against any Raw superstars who wish to stare death in the eyes and commit career suicide. I will then tag with Zims, with Corey watching at ringside at NXT TakeOver in your house, when we officially brand the generation a forgotten footnote in WWE history. And as for Backlash, I will defend the Intercontinental title against the winner of the Intercontinental title tournament. And Corey and Zims will defend the SmackDown Tag Team titles in a winner-takes-all match against defending Universal Champion Casey and Braun Strowman. And when all is said and done, SmackDown will be nothing but a graveyard filled with crushed dreams, broken souls, and the Legion standing tall with their spoils of war, every title available to men on SmackDown. Fear the Legion. Okay, and we don't see it, but as that Master leaves the ring, Braun Strowman and Casey is kind of standing there in shock. This is not the answer they were expecting at all from the Legion. They thought they were going to try and dodge as many of those matches as they could and demand a 3-on-1 handicap match against Casey, but they actually accepted all challenges as presented by the challengers, giving them the hardest path possible to leaving Backlash with not just the titles they are defending, but the Universal title that Casey is putting on the line as well. And also with just one promo, Aot Master has confirmed 4 title matches. The first one will take place at the next Raw card that we have, where Aot Master will defend the 24/7 title against Raw superstars. We're not sure which superstars, we're not sure what the match stipulation is, but we will, for the first time in WITM Season 6, have a 24/7 title match on the next Raw card, with Aot Master defending the title. Then, in 9 Universe Days, NXT TakeOver in your house. Or actually, no, not even 9 Universe Days, 2 Universe Days at NXT TakeOver in your house. The Legion, represented by Aot Master and Zims and accompanied by their leader Corey, will take on the Generation and will be the Generation's final match as a stable, win or lose. Then, in 9 Universe Days, at Backlash, Aot Master will defend the Intercontinental title against the winner of the number 1 contenders tournament that has been taking place on SmackDown over the past few weeks and will continue this week and the next. And then, of course, the biggest match of them all, the winner takes all Universal title match, will see both the SmackDown Tag Team titles and the Universal title on the line. On one side, you have the Universal Champion Casey putting his title on the line, tagging with his rival for a long time now, the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman, against the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Corey and Zims of the Legion. The winning team will gain the SmackDown Tag Team titles, and the man that can pin or submit one of his opponents will walk out with the Universal title. Huge match at Backlash. 4 huge title matches taking place over the next few episodes. But now we turn our attention to the 2 matches we have on this card, starting with the tag team match between Corey and Zims of the Legion versus The Miz and John Morrison. An interviewer asked Corey the following question backstage. Corey, did Aot Master step out of line when he answered all challenges with yes on behalf of the Legion? And are we now seeing the first cracks in the Legion? Okay, so the interviewer wants to know basically, did Aot Master overstep his boundaries, go over Corey's head as the leader of the Legion and answer those challenges? What is Corey's reply? Absolutely not. The Legion will hold all of the gold available to us on SmackDown and prove to the world that we are everything we say we are. But what kind of statement would a 3-on-1 handicap match make? A pathetic statement. That's what. And so, we will fight on an even playing field, and we will win. And then 2 weeks from now, we will stand in the SmackDown ring with every single title available to male superstars, reminding everyone that we told you so, and that anyone who seeks glory on SmackDown must face the Legion. But before we move towards our bright future, we will revisit the past, and once again defeat the first team to fall to the Legion, Miz and Morrison. Fear the Legion. Okay, and now that those promo segments are done, and yes, I know we've had a ton of talking and promo segments over the last few episodes, but with most of our WIT members being champions heading into our pay-per-views that are coming up close, we of course want to make sure that we have build up to pay-per-views, so that is the reason for all the promo segments. But let's get into some in-ring action, what you likely came here for more than anything. It sees Corey and Zims of the Legion accompanied by the Intercontinental and 24/7 champion, the Reaper AI Master, who will be leading Corey and Zims to the ring during their entrance, taking on the team that kind of started it all when it comes to the dominance of the Legion, Miz and Morrison, the team that Corey and Zims pinned in that Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match at Money in the Bank. That also included the New Day and Lucha House Party. Will it be deja vu for Miz and Morrison, or will they get some revenge and rise up the SmackDown Tag Division rankings? Let's find out and get this match underway.
I came to play. There's a price to pay. Time for you to get down on your knees and pray. You say goodbye to the good old days. They're never coming back. Watch it.
Now listen, this ain't no make-believe. Come on, open your eyes and see. Now get up and follow me, 'cause I'm gonna show you what the future will be. Too much wasted time.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Now take this.
On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 441 pounds.
I'm coming for you. I'm gonna make you pay. Lay down. Down. Yeah, that's what I say.
and keep an eye on his aggression in this match.
There's the bell. This non-title matchup is underway. It is going to be the leader of the Legion, Corey, getting things started off for the Legion. John Morrison starts things off for Ms. Morrison. Looking for a measure of revenge. And, of course, an opportunity to, I guess at this point, challenge whatever team walks out of Backlash for the SmackDown Tag Team titles, either Casey and Strowman or Corey and Zims, current champions. Now that we know that that match is official.
Shoulders on the mat.
Corey goes for cover, looking to make quick
Curious move to go for.
work of the opposition, but Morrison powers out right away.
Check this out.
There's Corey with a backbreaker
He's
to
been put on the defensive.
Morrison. Lots of taunting going on so far in this match from Corey.
Need to take the entire brunt of the opposition's attack. Though the thought
As
make
he
the tag,
comes off the ropes with a knee to the arm of Morrison.
and it's paying off.
Or I guess that was the head, as Morrison's head is now already in the yellow zone. Right now, the champion's in firm control, but here's Morrison with a reversal, perhaps looking to change the momentum.
When you talk about great tag teams, we can go all the way
Corey is going to fight him off with a series of elbows. Morrison seemingly is trying to lead him
the
to
Texas
his team's corner. There's a reversal by Morrison.
Andersons, and the list goes on and on.
And a lariat that barely faces Corey. He connects with a move that will send Morrison's body into the yellow zone. And Morrison powers out at about 1 from the cover. Legion right now in control, at least when it comes to health. There's an Irish hook into the Legion corner. And a huge right from Corey. In comes Zims.
He needs a breather in a bad way right
Of course, you have to think too.
Make it to his corner.
Of course, Strowman and Casey, whether or not they'll be able to work together at Backlash is very much in question. But will Corey and Zims be able to work together as well? Only one of them could potentially walk out with the Universal title. We've known that Corey's won a major title for a long time. Zims, this is his first opportunity at a major championship on the main roster. Would there be any jealousy or animosity between Corey and Zims should only one of them walk out with the Universal title? As Zims is able to connect with a reversal, he now taunts as well. Lots of taunting going on from the Legion as The Miz uses the ropes to get back to his feet, only for Zims to go right back on the attack, forcing him through the ropes to the outside.
What are we gonna see here?
Is Zims thinking suicide dive?
The wheels are turning.
It's looking like that is the case. Suicide dive connects with Miz crashing into the barricade. I believe that took a little bit out of Zims as well, but high risk. Will it be a high reward?
The reversal by the Miz.
There's a reversal from Miz, who is sent into
Full execution by the
the
Miz.
canvas. Zims sent to the barricade as the Master gets a close look. Are we going to see yet another WITM match in by countout? I hope not. Doesn't seem like Miz and Zims are going to be done fighting on the outside anytime soon.
Saw that one coming.
Master getting involved now,
Interesting
but
there.
kind of just talking to Miz, not really actually fighting him. And that provides a distraction that allows Zims to go on the attack. Master again giving Miz his turn talking to, and this match ends in a double count out. I have to turn count outs off. Well, this is already, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. I still have another match to record, so unfortunately the double count out is going to stick as your result. We have no winner, is a double count. Alright, so not the end we were hoping for with this tag team match. I believe this is the first match for the Legion since they became official stable. That did not end in a victory for the Legion, however, so that's somewhat of note. But we still have our main event and matches between Casey and Strowman usually deliver. Before we get into this match, however, we are going to hear Casey's thoughts following our first promo segments about what he thinks about his interesting title defense at Backlash, where he will defend the Universal title in a tag team match. Let's listen and hear what he has to say. An interviewer asked Casey the following question. It is now official. At Backlash, you will tag with Braun Strowman against Corey and Zims of the Legion, with their SmackDown tag titles and your Universal title all on the line. Winner takes all. Now, Casey, we know you've rejected multiple offers to join stables and tag teams over the past few weeks. So how do you feel about tagging with Strowman at Backlash, as well as facing him tonight? And Casey responds, this changes nothing. Not my goals, not my mentality, and not how I am approaching my match at Backlash. Yes, on paper, Strowman will be my tag team partner. But to me, he's just another opponent. After all, if Strowman manages to pin or submit a member of the Legion before I do, he leaves Backlash with my Universal title. And I can't allow that to happen. So Strowman, tonight, I'll defeat you yet again, this time at full health. And at Backlash, I'll carry us to victory, giving you a free 1/2 of the SmackDown tag titles, but also a ticket out of my Universal title division. Who's the monster now? Alright, and that sets the stage for our main event and also gives us some insight into what Casey is thinking about that match at Backlash. An interesting take. He views not only Corey and Zims, but Strowman as an opponent at Backlash, because he does make a good point. If Braun Strowman pins or submits Corey or Zims at Backlash before Casey can, Casey loses the Universal title without being pinned or submitted himself. Strowman would walk out with the Universal title, and he's the only man that isn't putting anything on the line in that matchup. Strowman has nothing to lose and everything to gain. 1/2 of the SmackDown tag titles and potentially the Universal title should his team win. And that's how Casey is viewing it. But that's in 9 days, where they will team together, both looking to become Universal Champion, both and SmackDown Tag Team Champions. But tonight they are opponents, no title on the line, just, I guess, Casey and Strowman getting their frustrations out of the way before they have to tag together at Backlash. Let's get that match underway.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, weighing in at 385 pounds, Braun
We go down into the darkness like a stampede, charging. Follow me now, follow me now, follow me. We descend into the madness like a wild thing, rabid. Follow me now, follow me now, follow me. No more wandering this twisted ground. Forsake everything. Don't wait around. Don't you believe? If you want it, you can have it. Leave the rest, leave the habits. We go down into the darkness like a legend. Follow me now, follow me now. Follow me down. We descend into the madness like a wild thing, rapid. Follow me now, follow me now. Follow me down. What's inside my head? I've lost the sin. No one to forgive. No one to forget. Don't you believe? If you want it, you can have it. Take the red, leave the habits. We go down into the darkness like a stampede.
There's the bell. This match is underway. In 9 days, these men are tag team partners with a lot at stake. Tonight, they are opponents. Will they be able to be on the same page after this and work as tag team partners? Get their frustrations with each other out of their steam tonight. We'll have to wait and see, but right now we just have a good main event to look forward to, and another chapter in this rivalry that's been going on for quite a long time, that has always seen, up to this point, Casey get the best of Strowman, as Strowman himself put it, David defeating Goliath. But will he be able to turn the tables tonight? Strowman using that size advantage to shove Casey aside. And now just tossing him aside, using that size advantage.
He's got him here, he's got him up. And
Strowman continuing to use his size as an advantage. There's a kick to the back and a backbreaker, sending Casey's body that Casey claims is at 100%, but was in very bad shape last week when Casey still somehow managed to defeat Strowman following an attack from the Legion.
But Braun Strowman's title clarifies that he's not even
Now
a man
Strowman
at all.
grabbing his future tag team partner by the throat and punching him in the gut. Strowman showing no mercy in this match. I think he's ready to take on the Legion in 9 days by himself if he has to. There's a close line from Casey. And mounted punches. Will Casey be able to turn momentum in his favor right now? Strowman forced up to his feet. Catches the leg of Casey and reverses with a clothesline. Strowman has a slight advantage when it comes to momentum, and a pretty major advantage when it comes to health of that drop kick, sending Casey's body into the orange zone. Strowman literally walking over his opponent.
We've seen Braun go through his opponents with a power and tenacity that can only be called inhuman.
I was trying to prove a point saying, you don't team with me, this is what I'll do to the Legion. Or I guess he has to team with Strowman, but I guess he's trying to prove a point that he, maybe not the Legion, is his biggest threat to the Universal title. But there's Casey with a reversal. Running STO from Casey as Strowman now heads the outside, try to regroup. Casey uses one of his, I forget what 2K calls it, but beast mode. Buffs, I guess, would be the word. But even with Casey in beast mode, Strowman remains on the attack. There's an elbow to the back. DDT from Casey. Strowman forced up to his feet. There's a kick to the gut and a DDT that busts open Casey's future tag team partner. Strowman lifts Casey up by one leg and powerbombs him. At this point, is Casey even going to be able to compete at Backlash? His body is getting pretty close to injury. Both men have a signature maneuver built up, but Casey said crashing to the outside. Strowman does now have his head in the yellow zone, but he is on the attack.
Flipping the script on him there.
Casey probably wisely wants to take this match back inside the ring.
Around the world on the WWE Network, WWE fans are glued to their section.
And will use his signature maneuver, the twist of pepperoni. As Casey goes for cover. And Strowman powers out almost immediately. I believe he got a 1 count. Casey isn't shocked that is all his signature maneuver was able to do is earn a 1 count. There's Strowman with the bear hug. Great position, center ring. Nowhere for Casey to escape. He must break the hold or else submit to Strowman.
Oh, and he releases the hold. Wow. Part of me thought that was it, Cole.
And I believe Strowman broke the hold himself so that he can recover. Strowman very exhausted and drenched in sweat, as is Casey. And there is the running power slam. Is that going to earn Strowman a non-title victory? No, just barely a rope break for Casey, whose foot was under the ropes. There's a right from Strowman.
Just carrying the opposition here.
And now Casey plunged onto the top rope, but he tips up and connects with a lariat that sends Strowman on the outside to recover. He'll be joined by Casey. Major advantage when it comes to health for Strowman, but Casey does have a finisher build up. The soda pop. And now they fight on the outside. Please, for the love of God, do not let this match end in a count out to 2K. Continue to fight on the outside, trading blows. Strowman gained the latest hit. But there is a Russian leg sweep from Casey, sending Strowman's body into the yellow zone. A count of 7, and they're still getting back into the ring. We have another double count out. You have got to be kidding me. And it is 2 o'clock in the morning, and my only 2 options would be to either edit Casey and Strowman's health to accurately carry over the damage over from this match, or completely redo the match. And I guess both of our WITM matches are going to be ending in a double countout because I still have to finish recording and edit this episode in this late. So I am very sorry for disappointing results. I'm just as disappointed with you guys, but maybe we should put up a poll on the Facebook page. I'm guessing I already know the answer, or I guess it's more than likely going to be a vote between myself, Dalton, and Aaron, our 3 WITM board members, what we should do about countouts, because this is getting ridiculous. Alright, so we do not see it, but even after the bell rang and the double countout decision was made official, Strowman and Casey continued fighting, and eventually the match went back to the ring where Strowman apparently got the best of Casey. And then Corey and Zims decided to take advantage of the situation, the animosity, and hit the ring. Here is a result of that. Alright, so even after a fight that didn't have a winner, but still a brutal match that saw both Casey and Strowman beat the heck out of each other, Strowman still trying the team angle, fending off the Legion, keeping them from injuring Casey further. Will this finally get Casey on Strowman's side and make him willing to work with Strowman at Backlash to fend off the Legion, keep them from getting the Universal titles, the last title they need to have all the male titles on SmackDown? Or will Casey still try to go the lone wolf route and do everything on his own? That is a question that has to be answered on the next edition of SmackDown. But for now, let's get to the results and rankings update for this edition. Okay, and here is your results and rankings update for this edition of Friday Night SmackDown. The New Day defeated the Artist Collective in a semi-final match for the Intercontinental title tournament. Baron Corbin advances to the finals. He defeated Elias. His opponent in the number one contenders match will be Drew Gulak. It will be King Corbin versus Drew Gulak for the right to face AOP Master for the Intercontinental title at Backlash. AJ Styles making his SmackDown debut after being traded over to SmackDown from Raw defeated Shorty G. In our first of two WITM matches and our first of two double countouts, the Legion went to a double countout with Miz and Morrison. And in the main event, Casey went to a double countout with Braun Strowman. Like I said, I'm sure myself, the board, and you, the viewers, are all frustrated with all these countouts. I do, on behalf of WITM, apologize, and I will, as soon as possible, discuss with our board where to go from our next episode onwards in regards to countouts, whether or not to increase the time or turn them off completely or only have them on in certain situations. Will be discussed with the WITM board, but for now we are going to start bringing this episode to a close, and since it is about 2:30 my time, and take a look at our SmackDown rankings. In the women's tag team division, the champions are the Kabuki Warriors, number contenders Alexa Cross and Alexa Cross. See, like I said, it's late. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Number two contenders, the Iconics. As you can see, we actually now have contenders to the 24/7 title. We are not really keeping track of the rankings because the 24/7 title will just be defended whenever AOP Master has a singles match. But the men from SmackDown that could possibly gain the 24/7 title are Tucker, Kalisto, Bo Dallas, Mojo Rawley, and Steve Cutler, all men that aren't really being used. Otherwise, I figured that would be something for them to do. The SmackDown Women's Champion is Bayley, number contender Carmella, number 2 Sonya Deville, number 3 Sasha Banks, number 4 Mandy Rose, number 5 Lacey Evans, number 6 Dana Brooke, number 7 Naomi, number 8 Tamina. SmackDown Tag Team Champions are the Legion, number contenders the Artist Collective, who I added to the tag division because it kind of seems like they're going the tag team route in real life. If that changes, then I'll change it in the game, but for now, that's what we're going with. And they're currently the number one contenders. Or actually, scratch that. I actually wrote down wrong. I gave them credit for defeating the New Day when it's actually the other way around. So, oops. Like I said, it's late. Let me fix that real quick. So, New Day is number one contenders, and then they switch with Lucha House Party. Okay. And by the way, for our newer viewers who may not understand what's going on with the rankings here, a win gets you up one spot in the rankings, a loss moves you down one, and a non-title victory over a champion gets you 2 spots up in the rankings. Think kind of along the lines of what AEW does with their rankings. And number 4 contenders are Miz and Morrison. The Intercontinental Champion is AOP Master, number contender AJ Styles, number 2 King Corbin, number 3 Elias, number 4 Drew Gulak, number 5 Dolph Ziggler, number 6 Daniel Bryan, number 7 Chad Gable, number 8 Robert Roode, and number 9 Jeff Hardy. But the next opponent for AOP Master at Backlash with the Intercontinental title on the line will be either King Corbin or Drew Gulak, depending on what happens next week on SmackDown in the match between the two. The Universal Champion is Casey. Number contender is Otis. Number 2, Braun Strowman. Number 3, Sheamus. Bray Wyatt is also in this division, but because he doesn't actually wrestle on SmackDown, we'll only be using him when he actually is building up to a Universal title match in real life. Alright, well, that was certainly an episode. We had some Backlash build up, we had some good wrestling that had a disappointing ending. Now let's move on to 205 Live. We know we have Gerald in action in a huge match against Akira Tozawa. Will that be the only cruiserweight match we see on 205 Live featuring a WIT member? Let's find out. Okay, so our match for 205 Live episode 17 will be that huge match to determine the winner of Group B in the number 1 contenders NXT Cruiserweight Championship tournament. Akira Tozawa went 2-1 in the group stages, as did Gerald, and so they must face each other in one last group stage match to determine the winner of Group B. The winner of this match will then go on to face Group A winner Isaiah Swerve Scott in a number 1 contenders match, and the winner of that match will face Andrew in a future edition of NXT for the NXT Cruiserweight title, and what will be Andrew Spudstrong's first match of WITM Season 6, probably. For those of you who are newer to WITM, he's been pretty much the face of 205 Live and probably WITM as a whole in WITM's first 5 seasons. So definitely a big return when Andrew steps into that ring once again. But that's going to do it for episode number 16. Probably not our best episode we've had so far, at least when it comes to just pure in-ring action. But I hope you still got some enjoyment out of it nonetheless. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching via YouTube, and hit the notification bell. And like the page, post, and leave a comment if you're watching via Facebook. And if you'd like to join WITM, you can upload your costume community creations if you have the PS4 version of the game, or head to our website where the link is in the description if you do not. Until episode number 18. See, it's so late, I don't even know what episode we're on. Yes, until episode number 18. For this huge match to determine who moves on to the number 1 contendership match and who is eliminated. Gerald versus Tozawa. This is Corey with WITM Car Wrestling, signing off.